Hey, I'm Dennett. I'm here at the Litecoin Summit with the Bad Crypto Podcast. Right beside me, I've got Travis and Joel.
This is Travis. That is Joel. And we are Bad Crypto. Very bad. How bad?
So bad.
So bad.
Incredibly bad.
You guys actually inspired me to start a bad TV show. I said, hey, if they can do a bad podcast, well, I can probably do a bad TV show.
But this is a good setup, and look, you got a backdrop and stuff. I mean, you're off to a better start than we were.
Well, thank you.
The only problem is maybe this yellow mic thing. Other than that, it's good.
Well, the yellow mic's bad, right?
Hey, I don't think you should be micist like that.
That's true. That was very micist of me.
So you guys have been at it, what, about a year and a few months now?
About a year and a few months is exactly very accurate. Somewhat accurate. I guess we've been doing. What is this now? We're in September. I guess we've been doing it for 15 months.
That would be a year and a few months.
A year and a few months.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, I started listening to you about a year ago, and you guys really did inspire me to step it up and do this TV show. So thank you.
We're sorry. Excellent math, by the way, with the months and all that.
Yeah.
But wait, you did 150 episodes, or what number are you on?
We're actually technically, like, our numbers are kind of not sequenced properly because we do regular episodes, and we've done some quickie episodes, and then we've done our ICO spotlights. We've done like 46 of those, 180 of the others, maybe 12 of. So we're well over a couple songs. We're well over 200 broadcasts.
So it's basically one every 2 days or something.
Yeah, we typically do 4 shows a week.
What inspired you to get going on this?
Well, it was really a matter of chatting about, once you understood blockchain, once we figured out blockchain was a thing and how it all worked, we were like, wow, I'm a marketing technologist, Joel's a marketer, he's written 15 books, he's a futurist. We're having all these conversations about politics, but then we were also leaning towards the solutions to the problems in politics, right? Which blockchain, voting, voter ID would really solve a lot of the problems. It's like, a lot of times people want to blame people and point fingers, but they don't want a solution. I'm like, look, I'm a guy who loves to find solutions. I work for clients and help them find solutions. And so bitching about problems doesn't really work for me. And so we're helping people solve problems. And I'm a marketing technologist, and I wrote a book called Digital Sense, which talked about emerging technologies. And blockchain, to me, is a pivotal technology that's going to help change so much in the world for good. And so we were having lots of conversations about it and cracking jokes, and we said, hey, why not do a show?
So did you start off, was it kind of starting off from Bitcoin side, or? Oh, awesome, thank you.
You know what? It actually started off, we were having conversations, and I think one of the big ones we decided to get some ant shares, which became NEO.
Yeah.
And so we had to get some Bitcoin, and then on Coinbase to then get that over to Bittrex so that we could buy ant shares. And then Joel, he's like, because I had done Coinbase, and so I bought Bitcoin and crypto, but I had not tried out the exchanges and stuff. So that was a new thing. Joel Comm was the pioneer over there. He's a trailblazer, and he decided to go test it out. He got some ant shares for like $2, and then by the time I got over to ant shares, it was $5. So he already made more money than me. He's made more money than me. He just hodls.
So you're still hodling?
Some. You peel off some here and there. You got to take some profits.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big believer in crypto and blockchain. I think the best is yet to come. Regardless of the prices, people keep their eye day to day on the prices, the ups, the downs, the ups, the downs, the ups, down. But here's something that doesn't change every day, all over the world. Thousands and thousands of people and companies are moving forward with blockchain and with their projects until it finally hits that tipping point where it's going to go mainstream. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And so that's what I believe in, and that's why I'm in it for the long haul.
So when do we go mainstream?
When it happens.
Yeah. I would say this. So there was a great tweet recently. What was the dude who was on our show from Wealth Chain? Philip Nunn. Philip Dunn or Philip Nunn.
We'll have none of that.
We'll have none of that. Yeah, Philip Nunn was on our show, and he tweeted out some statistics that blew my mind. So in 2014, total amount of crypto trading per day, $15 million a day, 2014. 2015, it bumped up 3x to $42 million per day was traded in crypto in 2015. 2016, what did it do? It 10x'd No, it 5x'd up to 200 million, like
Yeah.
210, 220 million dollars a day that was 2016. 2017, it 10x'd to $2 billion a day. And last year to this year, it's 9x'd from that. It's at $18 billion a day is traded in crypto. So what we have is this little So is mainstream adoption happening now? No. But if you do that same thing, 3x, 5x, 10x, 5x, let's just say it goes 5x again, we're doing $1 trillion a day next year, right?
Right. And even if the prices stay even stable,
Yeah.
there's more coins coming out of the market, more projects, and there's going to be more volume and more progress. And eventually, there's going to be enough pressure in that to so the coins that have true value they're going to go. They have to. When you look at Bitcoin and realize there's only ever going to be 21 million.
Yeah.
There's 17.5 million that have been mined as of now. Probably 5 million of those are lost. Probably Satoshi Nakamoto probably has 1 million of them. Wherever that is.
When's Satoshi Nakamoto coming on your podcast?
That's a really good question.
He's already been
Have you invited him yet?
He's already been on the podcast. You don't know. We can't say that. We can't tell you who.
You can't tell me which
Yeah,
episode.
we can't tell you which episode.
Alan Greenspan, right?
It was John Stossel, but don't tell anyone.
Okay. I won't tell anyone.
It's not Charlie Lee either, because he's Satoshi Light. The point is you've got this limited currency, and you're going to have everybody wrestling, to get them. And pretty soon, it's going to make sense why we have 8 decimal points, and the Satoshi is a .000000001.
Yeah.
Because anybody who owns a Bitcoin in the future is going to be considered wealthy.
I look forward to that day.
Me too, very much
Wait
so.
till I have a full Bitcoin. I'll have a full Bitcoin someday.
Me too.
Yeah, I almost had one, then I didn't.
But you have a crypto kitty, right?
No, I lost all of those.
You still have one.
I still have, I think, 5 kitties that are just languishing there. I have worthless kitties that I probably paid more for. Actually, there could be a tax write-off there because I think I bought kitties, and maybe if I put them out of their misery, is there like a place to send kitties you don't want anymore?
No, but I've lost all mine. Not only that, but I lost 55 Bitcoin in the early days, right? So I got on crypto
Badge of honor.
2010 I got in crypto and mined some crypto with my laptop, and then my laptop was like, wee! I was like, man, I don't know if this is so good for my laptop, but I mined a block. I got 50 Bitcoin, and then I also went to a Bitcoin faucet, got 5 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Then I don't know, a month or two, maybe 3 months later, my laptop crashed out. I was able to get all my files off. Did not think to get any of that Bitcoin stuff off because that was just whatever, a silly magical internet money. And so, I lost 55 Bitcoin. So that's 55 that is lost. So there's all kinds of other ones that are probably lost as well. So there's just going to be a little bit of Bitcoin to go around, and it's going to be sad for people.
So you were interested in it.
You lost something else too. You were trying to transfer some altcoin.
Some IOTA.
IOTA.
IOTA has a shitty wallet. I don't know if you can say shitty on public.
I'm gonna have to
access
beep that.
television. Shitty. IOTA. I'm not a big fan of IOTA. People call in Bad Crypto and they say, "Hey, why don't you talk about IOTA?" And I'm like, "No, we don't like IOTA."
You don't. Because you didn't know how to use the wallet and you lost it.
Dude, the wallet, the creation of the seed was the most unintuitive thing ever.
So I think one of the things you guys have really done well on your show is, you've created this There's a bunch of things.
One good thing.
You guys did one thing really good.
It was Inspire his show. That was the one good thing.
No, but you've really hit a niche where you've been able to help a lot of people get interested in crypto, who are interested in crypto, to learn a lot more about it. And we've seen so many people get the crypto. I don't know, what do you call it? Crypto bug. And go down the rabbit hole, as you say.
Yeah. That's why we call it the show for the crypto curious and the crypto serious. Because when we started, we were crypto curious, right? We didn't pretend that we knew it all, and now we're experts and we're going to put on a show. No, we came out from the gate and said, hey, we're fascinated with this. We're pretty new to it. We don't know what we're talking about necessarily, so we're not financial advisors, and we're still not. But come on down this journey with us, and let's pick apart this new technology, and let's learn together, and let's have some fun. And that's why we call it the Bad Crypto Podcast, is because you can't go to that show and expect that you're going to get this incredible financial advice from us. Now, from some of our guests that are knowledgeable.
Albert Einstein and Warren Buffett here, and Charlie Munger chatting about the future of money. Bitcoin is rat poison squared. Stay away from it.
You're talking about Goldman Sachs, right?
Yes. So we've had a lot of fun with the show. That's the best part. And you talk about, oh, we've inspired so many people. Like, we don't know. Like, we don't talk to a whole lot of that. We don't know that until people like you come up to a show and tell us that we inspired you to do a show. We had no idea that had happened, right? Maybe we've inspired, who knows? I don't even know. Probably very few. Maybe you might be the only one.
No, I think I remember at least a few others that started podcasts.
Maybe so. They're like, if these jerks can do it, we can do it.
Maybe we should stop before we do any more damage.
Yeah, like people are like, we're never going to listen to this bad crypto show. These guys.
No, the content. I mean, you guys have some real serious content on there, and it's just been a really fun educational experience and journey, and you guys bridge the gap, making it super entertaining, which is really cool.
Well, thank you so much. We've had fun doing it. As you can tell, Joel and I are jokers, and we got great rapport. It's almost like we have like this comedic timing, which is sort of like Laurel and Hardy type of sort of jokes flow. And none of the jokes that we ever do on the show are they planned. They're all spontaneous. Every single one of the jokes, we've not had one joke that we're like, oh, I can't wait to say this joke. Like, they just happen or they don't happen. So some episodes.
I mean, to be honest, there's a few times like when we're talking about something that you'll start going off on something. Like, wait, let me hit record,
right?
And we'll start. But even then, it's like it's spontaneous. Like, we don't know exactly which direction it's going to go. It truly is improv because the shows aren't scripted.
We are crypto improv. Crypto improv is really what we are.
But what's pretty cool too is you guys aren't afraid to get in there, just try stuff, experiment around, and figure it out, and share what you're learning.
I was talking. He's like, here, I don't want to hear from you. That's the beauty of the show, is that what's interesting to us? What do we want to talk about? You know, sometimes our producer will put together some news stories for us, and we'll go, we don't want to talk about Canada. You know, we'll remove a story, or that one's boring.
Joel hates Canada.
I don't hate Canada.
Joel does not like. Every time he cuts news from Canada, notice we've never had any Canada crypto news. Joel cuts it. Joel cuts
true,
it.
Is that the Canadian beer?
That's not true, But we also, we like to find fun stories and things that are a little more irreverent.
Are you saying Canadians aren't fun?
Oh, those Canadians, They're always so polite. Sorry. No, sorry.
I'm sorry that he always cuts off your shows,
What's that all about? I don't even know.
Maybe you need to do the bad Canada crypto.
Take off your hoser. They don't even listen to us up there. We're not even into Canada iTunes.
Is that the one country that's missing?
Them in North Korea. Them in North Korea,
Yeah,
we love you, Canada. Please listen to the show. We like to make fun of everybody, including Americans, because we are some of the most ridiculous group of people on the face of the earth.
But
we're Silicon Valley people, so we don't care about Canada here. They don't care about Canada.
How many countries has the show been downloaded to?
190 countries. The only we're missing like one obscure island in the Caribbean and North Korea. But in Greenland too. We have nobody in Greenland. However, Kim Jong-un, they're doing a crypto conference in Pyongyang soon, so we're going to go and have them listen to bad crypto.
Are you seriously going?
We're seriously going to go. Dennis Rodman invited us. We're going to play basketball, and we're going to do a bad crypto podcast with Kim Jong-un and like his generals.
Okay, we have not been invited to North Korea, but they are. We reported this on the news a few weeks ago. They are holding a cryptocurrency conference of some sort, and if we got an invitation to go, I would, I'd cross the DMZ.
We'd probably be the most colorful thing in North Korea. Everything else is gray there. It's like
would you ever get out of North Korea is a question.
Probably not. No, I'd probably not get out of North Korea. They'd be like, this guy and his opinions.
Maybe we'll just pretend. Maybe we'll just do like the moon landing and just stage it. The Earth is flat.
So what do you see as like the next big? I mean, you're a futurist. What's the next forward step to help crypto go mainstream?
Well, I think the real key is making it easy for people to use. You know, we've had Ronnie Moes on the show a number of times, and he's brought up the watershed moment. And, you know, I've been building websites since the very beginning. 1995 is when I got started, and this feels a lot like that. And in the web world, that watershed moment was the Netscape browser. Right? Netscape is what made it so, all I got to do is www, boom, I'm here, now I'm here, I can click here, I can go here, and all of a sudden the World Wide Web was open to people. When it's as simple as, you know, taking a Visa credit card out, I don't know how that little chip works, I don't know how the little swipey magnetic thing works, I just know when I pay for something, boop, 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 and it's done. When crypto becomes as simple for people to use as that, now we are right on the cusp of mainstream adoption.
So are you saying for inventors and creative people out there, solving those issues, making crypto more user-friendly, more seamless, that's where the big potential's at?
I believe so. And of course, we've got to get past this regulation thing until the U.S. government and other major governments of the world decide how they're going to handle and manage crypto. That kind of puts us in a bit of bind. In fact, I think the reason this year we're seeing what we're seeing is because the SEC and the other, you know, institutions have been so slow to say, here's how we're going to view crypto. Once regulation comes down, then big money will feel safe, and I believe there are billions, trillions sitting on the sidelines that are going to be coming into the crypto space. Crypto market cap's what, 200 billion? It's nothing. What's the world money supply, 84 trillion or something?
Yeah. And then when you factor all of the wealth in the world, factor in all the wealth of the world, all the gold, all the real estate, all the derivatives, you're looking at like $1.4 quadrillion or something crazy. More and more of those assets are being digitized and will be placed on blockchains and will be placed into the crypto market. More and more sovereign countries are going to place their value of their dollars out of fiat into cryptocurrency. You'll see more and more countries over time have this sort of universal basic income for folks that's going to be in the form of crypto. You'll see a lot of this stuff as the space evolves. You know, 5G is coming right around the corner over these next couple of years. Things are going to be speeding up at a ridiculous pace. 5G, I was very bullish on 5G until I realized the power of 5G and how they can fry us, right? Is so potent, the radiation that's in some of those things. So I don't know that we've got all the solutions for that yet, but we're starting talking about.
Is there 4.5G?
Yeah, can we do that? Like 4.7G, it's less burnage to our brains. But, you know, we all have these phones in our pocket. Like, why do we want to go to the bank? Why do I need to go to an ATM? Why, if I owe you money, why do I need to go get change to pay you the exact amount, or for heaven forbid, write a freaking check? Like, who writes checks anymore, right? My mom, but other people don't write checks. He writes checks. He's in the 50-year-old bracket. But I mean, seriously, we shouldn't have to do that anymore. When you can use Litecoin and it arrives like that, or you can use Stellar and it can arrive like that. You know, you can use some of these cryptos that arrive like boom. And very low transaction fees, man. It's so much better than the current banking system that are ran by governments and bureaucracies and big banking elite.
Go Travis, go Travis. It's your birthday. Yeah. He's on a roll.
Well, what about is he going to get like sending overseas email? You never say it's an overseas foreign email or sent overseas. It's just email, right?
No, it's a foreign overseas email to Putin, who will hack everyone's elections forever. Здравствуйте.
So what are what are some of the most important things you've learned over the 15 months of doing the show?
Well, doing the show, that it's not actually about the content of the show. I think what I've learned from doing the show is it actually solidifies a philosophy that I have towards life, is when you see an opportunity and it sounds like fun, go for it, because you never know what's going to happen. And you know, when Travis said to me half jokingly, when are we going to do the Joel and TW crypto show? And 2 days later, because what he said just landed so solidly in my sweet spot of, that sounds amazingly fun.
Yeah.
And taking action on that. And 2 days later, we had a show up. And now I look at, what we get to do, where people want to interview us. They want to talk to us. They tell us they love what we're doing. And we're having so much fun doing it. Yeah, there's work to it because it takes a lot of effort to put 4 shows out each week and to go to events and put on live shows, but we're having so much fun doing it, it doesn't really feel like work. And so for me, and yeah, I'm learning about the crypto space, and I know how to, we've really self-taught because figuring out these wallets, especially like Ether Delta and IDEX and that stuff, being able to crack the code on that and send a little test and go, I hope this works. And when it does, you're like, yeah, score. You feel like you just scored a touchdown when you figure out Ether Delta for the first time. And pretty soon you're like sending stuff backwards and forwards. I got my Ether wallet, I got my Trezor, and I got a little loaf wallet now on my, on my phone. It's great. So I'm learning about the actual crypto space, and I realize that I still don't know jack. I'm still bad. I'm forever bad.
I don't know. I think you've learned a lot along the way.
Jack, he's the CEO of Twitter and Square.
Yeah.
So you do know Jack, but you don't know him. Yeah. I would say what I learned is all the things that Joel said.
You've learned well.
And then also is to make sure to use two-factor authentication on all of your things, on your email, on your Apple ID, on your Twitter, on all this, because there's a thing going around right now that's called a SIM card swap, and people will call in and they will act like they're you to your phone company, to your mobile provider, and they will convince them, because probably your social security number is on the dark web somewhere because of the Equifax hack and all the other crazy stuff that's happened. Mine was on there. They called in T-Mobile, acted like they were me, got my phone number ported over to his iPhone. Then the next day, he hooked into my Twitter, he got in all my Gmails, reset the password, because if you have the phone number and you reset that to an SMS, right, it's very easy to reset those passwords. So they did that, got into my Apple ID, and logged into his phone with my Apple ID, and then guess what? He logged into his phone with my Apple ID, so once I got my files and once I got everything back, he was logged into my account on his phone, so I figured out exactly where he lived, and then I erased his phone.
Yeah, I remember you covering that on the podcast. So you've been hacked, you've lost
crypto,
I have one to add for you guys. One to add is when you use two-factor authentication, be sure you have a backup code hidden somewhere, because if you lose your phone and you've been using two-factor authentication, it's not good.
I'll take that one step further. This is my iPhone X. My 2FA isn't even on this phone. I have a second device that doesn't have a SIM card on it, so it can't be found on a network.
It was my idea.
Travis likes the pats on the back, so excuse me. There we go. There's a pat on the back. And so, I could not get into a wallet here. I'm away from, from where my 2FA is. I couldn't get into a wallet now if I wanted to. There's no way. And so, and he mentioned T-Mobile. Unfortunately, it appears that in terms of security for the SIM swaps, T-Mobile, Sprint, and ATT seem to be the most vulnerable.
T-Mobile are the worst. Sprint's happened a couple times, not nearly as often as AT&T and T-Mobile. T-Mobile is by far the worst one that it's happened on, because I'm a part of this group on Facebook of all these people who've gotten hacked. It's like I don't know, probably 60% of them are T-Mobile, about another 20-30% of them are AT&T, just a couple of Sprints. Not one Verizon one that I've seen yet, though.
This is kind of fun. I like this. We're going after companies now. How about, should we go after banks?
All of them. Well, all of the major chains. I'm not happy with Chase right now.
I heard you like Wells Fargo.
I have no, it wasn't me. I don't have an issue. Well, but they're another big bank, and Bank of America, all these big ones, I don't think they actually care about customers. I'm going to be moving my banking from Chase to a regional bank that wants my business, and I think banks they're afraid of this change that's taking place with new money, but at the same time they're trying to figure out how do we wheedle our way in here and make sure that we still have a piece of the pie. Really tricky when we're talking about decentralizing cryptocurrency. And I think because of the power they have, they're going to find a way to get their slice, but I think their days are numbered.
All right, well, let's close it out there. Any final last words?
Stay bad.
What he said.
Stay bad.
You're in for a treat, or it's going to be your saddest day ever, to be determined. I'm Joel Comm. I'm a 23-year internet entrepreneur, a author of 15 books, and I know I don't look it, but I'm 12 years old. And this is, whoop, did I drop? Hello. Did I already milk the batteries dry? Because I have a way of doing that.
You're always draining things, Mr. Joel.
I know. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. I'm back. I'm back in black. All right. Well, if it happens during the show, I'll just grab a handhold. And this is Mr. Travis Wright.
Hello, hello.
What do you do?
I host Bad Crypto with this guy.
Ah, that's good.
That's good. I am a marketing technologist. I was the former global digital strategist for Symantec for the Norton brand, and helped ran social and digital over there. I've also written one book. So together we've written 16 books is what I like to say. Together we've written 16 books, which is way better than just having written one.
That's not untrue. Yeah.
It's called Digital Sense, and it was all about social business, customer experience, marketing technologies, and also the emerging technologies as we are moving into this new crazy world of 5G and artificial intelligence and blockchain and all this stuff. And so Mr. Joel Comm and I were having a lot of conversations around blockchain and crypto, and we decided to do a show starting last July. And since then, we're, what, about 6.5 million downloads, something like that since then, and had, what, almost 200 episodes, regular shows, plus the other shows. And
proof that people have absolutely no common sense. They listen to the show for some reason. And we have a lot of fun, and we share information. So what we're going to do
today... We have some fun, not a lot. We don't want to hype.
It depends on the day. Some days it's a lot of fun, some days it sucks.
It's not an overwhelming amount of fun. It's
just the right amount of fun.
Random amount.
About a teaspoon of fun. So we're actually going to be doing the show and recording it, and then delivering the final audio to our engineer, Aaron, who is going to be releasing this as episode number 185. And it's going to come out on Tuesday, September 25th. So that said, we're going to
relive the fun again. Yeah. Like, oh,
you'll be
I was there.
Yeah, well, when we ask you to like make noise, if you do a special kind of shriek, you might be able to hear yourself. You know? Yes, you can scream helplessly at the sky because
scream
you're
helplessly
stuck
to
here.
the sky. That could be your buzzer sound.
Yeah. And so we're going to do some stop-starts as we do the show to set for the next place. And of course, you won't hear the music and transitions, but you can hear them in your mind. And they could be whatever you want them to be, right? You're already imagining. Are you wearing those so that you can pretend like you're here but not really listen? That's good.
He's listening to iTunes right now.
Yeah.
He's listening. He's catching up on a Bad
He's
Crypto
listening to
episode
Coin Daddy or something.
You can tell because he's wearing red and black.
That's right. You're sporting the colors.
And blue.
And yes, that is Travis and I in a Lambo on the moon. Somebody has Photoshop skills. That person would not be me. So is Charlie arrived yet? Charlie, are you here? Charlie Lee, okay.
Charlie, can you hear me?
And we need Naomi as well, because she's going to help us with...
Charlie, can you hear me?
Why didn't his parents just named him Charles? Because then he would just be Charles Lee.
That would have been perfect.
Right?
Charlie Lee.
Charlie Lee.
Yeah.
They doubled down on it.
Or he could just be Charles.
Charles. Chuckles.
Charles.
Chasmo.
All right.
So,
we are stalling, as you can plainly see.
Well, no, it's not 4:30 yet. We're
It's not 4:30. It's 4:28.
He's what? Yes, this will be live streamed.
Hey, that's the Litecoin Cash guy. He's here now.
Yep. Oh, there's Naomi.
Oh, Naomi.
Give it up for Bitcoin girl.
Oh, Naomi Brookwell. Give it up for Naomi. She's so pleasant and wonderful, and she has no mic, so she cannot.
She will. She'll.
Oh, she does have one.
I'm actually plugged in.
Oh, do you still have your lapel on? Great.
I do. You guys are due to go on in 1 minute. Why are you up on stage?
We need Charlie, though.